Just wanted to make a video on some of the tools I used to rebuild this U-joints and hanger bearing on a 1970 C10 pickup. You can see it's all disassembled, cleaned and painted. This is the part that would go on the rear end. These are only like $6, so it's a good idea to change them. The old ones are really rusty. The U-joints are all the same size. This is the tool I use to measure them to make sure you get the right diameter U-joints. Also things to measure on the hanger bearing, this center bearing, you have to measure that. And there's a couple different sizes on these bolt holes from center to center. This one's 1.5 inches. There's some that were 2.2, but I don't think those would fit on there. There's just not a lot of room for it to slide back and forth, so I'm going to go with the one that came off of there. Here's the old hanger bearing. As you can see, it's toast. This bearing is really doesn't spin the best anymore, and was flopping around in there. This tool I used to clean these grooves out once the bearings were out, and also I use this pliers to squeeze these together, and once you lift them, it helped to put the screwdriver underneath there, and then they pop right out. So I use these, and then it's the new hanger bearings. They come with the new snap rings. This is an old U-joint. This one didn't even turn anymore. You can see they were non-greasable, the same as the ones I got. You can see this is really dry in here. So that wasn't very happy anymore, and these are the little bearings that go all the way around the outside. So when you put this back in there, make sure that these, if they pop off, that you get all those back in there. This is an old socket I had. You can see it's really mangled. They really beat on them to get them out. You pound on this to get it to slide one halfways over, and then they come out. These tools, for some reason these dust covers are really beat up. I use this plier to kind of bend those back straight, and then this was bent too. I kind of use this to pound it back down around there to make everything flat again. So now this goes on here. A couple shims, the hanger bearing, a couple shims again. Dust cap. This slides on. Once these are all on, this shaft, you can only go on one way, the way it's made. This bolt goes back through the center. Then that hooks up to this end. Another U-joint. And this end, another U-joint. And then this goes into the transmission. Be careful with this if you nick it up. Protect it really good so it doesn't get nicked up, because I have sliding your transmission and tear your seal if it ain't really smooth like it's supposed to be. All three U-joints were the same on this particular one, front, middle, and back. There's the Napa part numbers. Need a hammer at least that big to beat out the old U-joints. And we'll get her back together, and it'll be smooth operating again.